Hello everyone and hello dear teacher. Today we are going to talk about Brexit and education. Our team is composed by Juan Pablo González, Aura Catalina Gutierrez, Laura Vanessa Quiroga, and the one who's talking, Lorena Garzon. First of all, we are going to talk about the research questions and variables.
Okay, research question. What challenges does higher education in the United Kingdom faces with the arrival of Brexit? Mm, on one 23, the 2016, the British voted to remove the United Kingdom from the European Union and the post-Brexit outlook towards crime. In the higher education sector, I will face multiple challenges, including the advance of education funding coming from the European Union and the blockades of student mobility abroad, including the reduction of riches coming from Europe. It will be a great challenge for universities in the variables independent Brexit, which as we all know what's the event that marked the departure of the United Kingdom from the European Union. This event suppose new economic scenarios where the world situation worsens and forces a new political rethinking, geopolitical positions, and finally facing challenges of loss of influence capacity in the world. Two variables depend: high education, which has one of the sectors most affected by Brexit in terms of the country lot scientific development.
Hello, my name is Juan Pablo González. I'm going to talk about the conflict profile of Brexit in the timeline. First, in the 2016, UK votes to leave the EU. Next, in 2016, the UK and EU agreed on the terms of Britain's EU exit, including the cost of the final divorce bill. In the article 15, kickstarting the 2 years exit process. In the next year, 2018, ongoing Brexit negotiations between the UK and EU. The UK and EU agreed on a transition phase lasting until December 2020. For the other hand, in 2019, EU Council Brexit deal input on the European leaders. It needs approval from a last 20 of 27 members countries. MPs vote on the final Brexit deal, including a political declaration about the future UK-EU relationship. For finally, in actually 2020, transition period ends. The UK aims to have signed a pre-trade deal with EU. UK leads the EU, but remains signed up to many of these rules for a transition period while it negotiates a free trade deal.
Now talking about actors and the onion map. First actors, as we all know, the main actor is the UK and all the countries that conform the UK. Obviously, then Europe and the Europe Union, and then one of the biggest universities. We can mention universities like Oxford, one of the biggest universities around the world. And now now the onion map. First of all, talking about of Brexit positions, there is a Brexit with an agreement representing the possibility of maintaining a good commercial relationship between the United Kingdom and the European Union. Strong ties could promote trade activity and economic growth in the short and long term. The effective exit the United Kingdom of the European Union marks of beginning to the new stage in trade relations between the two economic regions. Now talking about interests, one of the main interests is to promote trade activity and economic growth in the short and long term. Also, the interests of the United Kingdom are to maintain free trade with the European Union and also autonomy to be able to establish its own terms in terms of migration and the free movement of people. The United Kingdom would also have the advantage of being able to negotiate new trade agreements with other economies. One of the main agreements in favor of a separation without an agreement. And now, talking about needs, this new cooperation framework supposed the need of agreements for the trade of goods and service, financial service, transportation, and finishing rights, as well as the movement of people, security of foreign policy, and the fight against organized crime, and the possibility of including the transition period with an agreement established after having benefits for both economies in various areas of economic and security.
Now, causes and dynamics. The core problem is the advance of research funding from the European Union, where the UK benefit from this funding has an impact of the finances of university institutions. Now, the main causes are increased enrollment in many institutions, which would have an impact on the investment of universities, in addition to the academic mobility of the students due to the immigration policy by the United Kingdom, which generates higher fees in terms of higher education and the stay of the students while they study, which can generate a decrease in the percentage of international students. And the effects are evident in the restriction of student mobility due to immigration policies by the United Kingdom. Consequently, UK students would also lose the right to work freely in any institution of the European Union. With the foregoing, it would lose the appeal of attracting and the sporting staff and academic talent. Thank you for your time below the reference.